Servus a vítejte. Přišli jsme do vesnice a já to tady budu muset zase projít znova.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
OK, takže přijdeš do vesnice, odkud odchází. To je asi známka toho, že to v té vesnici nebude úplně dobrý. A navíc, to je stejně jako když přijdeš do kina. Když přijdeš do kina a lidi odchází, tak to je známka toho, že to není moc dobrý film. Například, když půjdeš do kina na film Ulice nebo Ordinace v Růžové zahradě, až to teda natočí, i když kdo by tam chodil. No, ale taky budou odcházet lidi. Pokud tam ten jeden člověk bude. OK, tak tady to bude zase... Tady to bude zase... Jasný. Tak, proč odcházíte? Jasný, to jsme prošli. Blablabla, jsem tam úplně říznutí, blablabla, hladovět. Třeba se mi podaří městečko zachránit. Blablabla. Nevím, co se stalo. Duchové, jasný.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men.
Tak. OK, tak jo, hele, dál už se hele, na otce se ptát nebudu. Něco víc. Tak. Nashledanou. Jap, díky. Jo, tak, OK. Ježišmarja. Tak, jdem se teda podívat do městečka, ze kterého odchází lidi. Tak, tady to bude zase jenom o rozhovorech.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place.
Co to meleš, ty vole?
What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you.
Myslíš? I think that concern me very much, vole.
Time to teach you all a lesson.
Tak jo, no, blbečku. No tak, ale majzni mu jí. Hele, 3-3. To je slušně vyrovnaný, ne? Do prčic. Tak, a máš to, blbečku. Mimochodem, asi mi nepoděkuje. Řekne, nepotřebovala jsem pomoc.
I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too. Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zoo. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she would find a good home for her. She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Jo, asi máš pravdu.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for.
A na koho
As Sagacious Su
čekáš?
mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young man, what is your master's name? I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready.
OK. Tak.
I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The Water Dragon. The Shepherd of the Dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the Water Dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price. The Water Dragon's power was tied to her temple at Dirge, and the strength of her servants. When the spirit monks were slain and Dirge fell, she became vulnerable. Her physical form could be injured, but she was also a god. Maybe her spirit still exists. I don't know. I'm no expert on the heavens.
To já taky ne. Tak.
Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.
Díky.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use.
Já jsem nesledoval.
Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief.
Tak to by mohlo být dobrý.
Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore
Super,
wounds.
tak to je hodně dobrý.
It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master and more.
OK, takže jsem se naučil. Super. Takže jsem se naučil zloděje ducha, což je hodně dobrý. Počkat, nemáme tady... Jap. Nepřiřazeno, zloděj ducha. Tak, super. Tak.
This tea house must be popular. It seems like quite a prominent structure.
Tak, pokecáme si s touhletou.
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help it. Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you.
No, ptej se, co potřebuješ?
It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes.
Tak jedem
The
zmydlit.
beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well...
Tak jedem zmydlit.
But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you.
OK.
Thank you so much, kind sir. You
akorát
don't know
nevím.
what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have your name.
Akorát nevím, kde...
Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now in the southeast corner of town. If you
Jihovýchod.
hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
Jihovýchod. Žebrácký molo. Co? Dobrý. Kruci. Jihovýchod. No, zkusíme. Počkat. Ale dyť. No. Ty vole. Tady je takových lidí, se kterými si můžu popovídat, což je průšvih. Co seš zač, kámo? Oh.
Pretty.
Wo afawer sun urk fonir uk. Uksier sa.
Put that
that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onuyu tashika will fonio sataraponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
Vole, já potřebuji najít to molo, kurva. Bude tady, ne? Nejspíš. By mohlo být. To by mohlo být. Nejseš ty...
Your move, old goat.
Nejseš... Nebo ty? Nebo ty? Ty vole, mám najít toho pošuka, který ho zmlátí. Nejseš ty... Hej. Nejseš ty náhodou...
Ghosts bring wind. Wind is no friend to a river fisherman, I can tell you that.
Počkat, tady na molu, ne? Žebrácký molo. Kdybych tak věděl, ty vole... Prčic. Co jsi zač? Počkat, tady... Moment. Ale přečtem si. Kataklizma... Hotovo. Tak, to je moc dlouhý. Tak, co seš ty? Pracovník z doků, velký ťan, námořník. Ale ty s tím asi nepokecám. Ty vole, jihovýchod. No, by mohlo být. Nope. Jo, počkat, zapečetěna. Aha. A někdy se otevře. Tak nic. Tak kde mám ale ty vole najít ty... Toho... Jo, tady. Nejseš to ty, kámo? A bude on?
Hey, Baker Bay.
Yeah.
How are you
Je to
today?
on.
Go away! I told you I want no part of this. Tell Eiling to leave me alone.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, we have our orders. Nothing personal.
Ale pro mě...
It's a little personal with me. I like sticking your face in the gutter. Hold on a sec. We've got company.
Co za...
You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
No, když myslíš, píču si. No tak, ale... Okay.
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger. You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, the shame. I'll never live this down.
Ty seš pako.
Yes, you're right, of course. I suppose I can't fault Lan for being worried about me. I've taken some serious beatings lately. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this. Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk to her.
Tak si s ní budeš promluvit, vole.
She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out.
OK, tak tam zajdu já,
At
no.
least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway. Thank you so much. Eileen and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone. All we want is to live our lives in peace.
To taky nebude úplně, vole, jednoduchý. Skladiště člunů.
These docks
Ty
remind
vole,
me of
tohle
the
není
fishing in the
možný.
Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again.
Ty vole, tady je takovejch... Kde může být skladiště člunů? Tady. Ne.
These sailors are good for business. At least until their silver runs out.
A kruci, co je zase tohleto?
Stop right there! I gave you 2 extra duty. Get back to that galley and start cleaning.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing. You're a captain without a ship. She's nothing but a landlocked house now.
I will discover a way to free this ship. Until then, you'd better follow orders.
I've had enough of you and your orders.
Now get back in that ship! I'm your captain, understand?
Well, you're still the captain. For now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
Co se tady děje? Co se tady děje?
If you've come to complain about my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then, we're stuck here. The Great Dam is open, and the lake that feeds into the river is gone. My ship, the Lucky Knight, is stranded here like a lame water buffalo. We're sailors. We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam.
Tak jo, no, tak to budu muset udělat já, ty vole.
The moment I saw you, I knew you were the fearless sort. I hoped you would offer to help. It shames me to need the help of a stranger. I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have.
Ale.
You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam is located in the ruins, but a pair of massive
Jo,
gates
tak to byly tam ty dveře, co jsem viděl.
Only Sheng
Mimochodem,
has the key.
kde je ten sklad?
He's in the town square. You'll see him standing in front of a cart. Just don't ask him about the burned-out building nearby.
OK, dobrá.
I sense an embarrassing story. It is good to know that we should avoid the subject.
Dobrá.
It really isn't important. Just get that key from him and close the Great Dam.
OK, tak fajn.
Good luck. I'm not used to needing help from others. It's hard for me to say this, but thank you.
Jako říct děkuju je pro tebe těžký. Tak, co se zač? Námořník. Ty ve nějaký posraný skladiště těch podělaných, vole, lodiček, vole. Učenec. A další námořník, ne. Tong. Námořník. Co seš ty? Co seš zač, kámo?
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy drinking here? Gotta wash away our sorrows. It's no fun being trapped in this town. We don't know nobody, we ain't seen our families in months, and now we're stuck here. That'd drive anyone to drink. Okay then.
Do prčic. Tak kde je to skladiště? I tam se... Jsi až prdelné.
Finally! Someone stronger than these cowed peasants. This town disgusts me. I am Scholar Six Heavens, and I need someone who possesses great strength and skill.
To bych mohl být já.
What I do not need, however, is someone who walks the way of the open palm. I can read in every movement that you would protect the weak and coddle the poor.
To jdi do prdele, píčo.
That is exactly the case. You are not worthy to help me in my task. I need someone who understands that discord, friction, and trial are the true sources of strength. If I can see by your actions that you understand the way of the closed fist, I promise to make it worth your while. Otherwise, I will not waste any more time with you.
Prej, ty, že se mnou ztrácíš čas, vole, píčo si. Co když s tebou ztrácím čas já, vole, blbečku. Kde je ta podělaná... Námořník. Je nějaký... Je, počkat, nejseš ty?
Hello there, stranger.
Servus?
I haven't spotted you around Tian's Landing before. You've come at a bad time, what with the dam being open and all. Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any shows on in Tian's Landing, if that's why you're here. Let me tell you, it raises a few eyebrows at first. That's why I tell people I'm an acrobat up front these days. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right?
Yep.
I may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed if you're interested.
To by šlo?
I'd be happy to. I'll be leaving Tian's Landing someday soon, and silver always helps the trip go smoother.
Jo. Tak,
Let's see what I can teach you.
To jsem zvědavý. Tak, hele, poškozený, nepotřebuju. Nekvalitní rovnováha přírody. Soustředění 15. Osud. Posílení těla. Intuice, to nechci. Ty vole, soustředění. Zdraví 3. Ty kráso, ale sorry holka, ale tolik peněz do toho nedám, ty vole. Tak, ale kde je ta, ty vole, kde je nějaká obchodník? A kdo seš ty? Shipping. Dobrá, co ty, kámo?
Hello. You do not need to speak with me. I am just Merchant Xiang's assistant. Perhaps someday I will be Merchant Shipeng, mightiest merchant of Tian's Landing.
Okay.
But for now, I am just an assistant, not worthy of your honorable time.
Tak si trhni nohou, blbečku. Ty vole, ale kde je ta...
Sorry, stranger. I stick to my regular customers.
OK, kde ji najdu?
Hello again, honorable one. Did you... I understand. I hope this...
Ty vole, já nevím, kde ji mám najít do prdele, vole. Tady jsou námořníci. Do prčic. Tak tady možná... Strážný. Co strážíš?
This here's a private club. Members only. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Go on in.
Aha.
They'll unlock the door for
Super.
you.
Tak ono to je tady, ty vole. Tak já projdu... Prdele, vole. Tak já projdu, ty vole, tam celou... Dobrý, naštěstí, nebo máme další uložení. Tak, kde pak? Haleme se. Jdem si přečíst taktika pánu koní. Na rozdíl od... Prozatím nepřetové císařství, že je pánek koní v nejistém míru. Super. Tak. Tady bych odešel, ne? Jo. Tak, hele, kde seš?
Be careful in here. I don't relish the idea of fighting my way out of this place.
Jo, není to úplně do prčic.
So, I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you?
A little bit.
You'd think after all the beatings I gave them over the years they'd be used to losing. But they're still taking it pretty hard. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them. Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me. I know what you're thinking. Why would Bay want to marry someone like me?
Ne.
I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too. Bay promised to give me all that. He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries to. Yeah, you do that. Go tell Lon what kind of man Bay really is. See how she likes it when she finds out her perfect fiancé proposed to another woman.
Počkej, já jsem chtěl... Do prčic.
Back again? Yeah, okay. If he has the guts to come here and face me, I'll talk to him. But I'm not going to let him weasel out of his promise.
Super, ty vole. Ježiš. Jo, aha.
Lan, what are you doing here?
I figure we better get all the secrets out, Bay. If Lon's going to marry you, she should know what kind of man you really are.
She said there was something I need to know, Bay. What's going on? What is she talking about?
Kruci.
What? Bay, how could you?
I didn't. It's a lie. I haven't spoken to her in years. Not since we were kids.
Don't pretend like you don't remember, Bay. It was summer and we were sitting on a little raft catching fish. I was upset because Li Shun had called me ugly. I was crying, so you took my hand and said, I think you're pretty, Eiling. And someday when we're grown up, I'll marry you.
What? But that was years ago. We were kids. We were only 6 years old. You can't hold me to that.
Kruci, tady jsou obě možnosti špatný, ty vole. No, jako si tady to, vole.
Kids say all kinds of things, Eiling. Remember when you took my frog and I called you a bully? You swore you'd never speak to me again. But that same day you gave me the frog back. You said you'd never, ever, ever do anything to make me unhappy. Kids always say things like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It meant something to me, Bay. You were the only boy who didn't tease me, the only one I liked. You promised to marry me, and you're going to keep that promise.
Kruci, jako tohle vyřešit, ty vole.
Well, yes, I did say that. But that was when we were still friends. Now he pretends like he doesn't even know me. He's changed. Yes, but... well... you're right. I know you're right. Bay's right. We were just kids. I guess I can't hold him to his promise. You win, Lon. Bay is yours.
If I had more, I would gladly give it to you. But my family isn't rich. This dowry is all I have. Please, take it with my thanks.
After all you've done for us, now you are letting Lan keep her dowry as well? Your generosity knows no bounds. I'm overwhelmed.
You've done so much for us, and we've given you so little. Wait, I know. We will name our first child after you to honor your memory.
I'm glad everything worked out for you two, and I'm sorry, Bay. I don't know what came over me. When I heard you and Lon were getting married, I just snapped.
It's okay, Eiling. I hope things work out for you.
Come on, Bay. Let's go.
OK, s touhletou si teda ještě budu moc popovídat, nebo ne?
I hope things work out for Bay and Lon. After everything I put them through, they deserve it. I don't know what came over me. It's just... Bay was my last chance to have a family. My only chance to find a husband. When I heard he was engaged, I realized I'd never get out of this life I've created. What respectable man would ever want to marry a girl like me? Even the lummoxes in my gang would only do it because they're afraid of me. This town is short on eligible bachelors as it is. I mean, there are a few guys out there I know of, but none of them would be interested in me. I have a reputation around town, and having my boys beat up Bay didn't help any. Any half-decent man would probably run if they saw me coming. Huh. You really think you can pull this off? Tell you what. You find me a decent husband, and I'll make it worth your while. My, business ventures have been very profitable. But don't think I'm desperate enough to settle for just anyone. I've got my standards. And I'd have to meet him first, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The pickings in Tien's Landing are mighty slim for a girl like me. But if you find someone, just bring him back so I can meet him. And, well, good luck.
Ale když řeknu, já bych si tě vzal, tak mi, vole, dá přes držku, takže je to úplně jedno. Nebo respektive tak se mi vysměje, takže jako to asi nemělo smysl. Cože? Nemohou být otevřeny. Aha, tak pardon. Je, to ne. Tady nebudu rozbíjet vázičky. Tak, hele, jdeme pryč. Jo, zlepšení zlepšení nebo zvýšení. Mám zase vyšší tu, jo, novou úroveň. Tak, a kam potřebuju teď konc? Takže najít manžela. Ještě s tím, s Yingem, nebo s Shingem, nebo s Shang, nebo jak se jmenuje. Ten hlavní. Počkat, ale... Tak, nová úroveň, hele, do tady, ducha a mysl taky. Tak, hotovo. Kolik máme? Bodíky. 5 bodíků. Ty vole, zvýšení poškození. Tak to si nechám, nebeskou vlnu jsem nepoužil. Tady si myslím, že taky 4, 4, 4, to ne. Zatím to necháme. Tak, počkat, tady nic, tady, jo, počkat, máme něco, drahokam zastrašování. Zastrašování 3, ne, já bych vzal jenom červený budu brát, abych měl víc životů, protože víc to, počkat, rolnice, rolník, tak, kde pak jsou, počkat, ty seš námořník, moment.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up, pirates everywhere.
Co jsi zač, kámo?
This is work.
Hey? What do you want?
Nejseš ty ten...
I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Why, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood. Away with you then, youngster. Turn your back on Old Wei.
Co seš... Ty vole, říct na shledanou. Hele, nechceš manželku. Žebrák, obchodník. Ty vole, jo, tady s tebou si potřebuji pokecat, kámo.
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger.
Ježíš Maria, vole, nestěžuj si pořád.
Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own.
Ale, jak říkám, nestěžuj si pořád. O to jsem tady já, abych si stěžoval.
This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision.
Dej mi klíč, já tam zaběhnu.
Well, not by me. I cannot act against that horrible assassin Lim who opened the Great Dam. I'm not supposed to even say his name, but I am desperate for a solution.
No, dej mi klíč, já to vyřeším.
Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam.
Si to teda najdu.
Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the Great Dam. The gate to the ruins is locked.
Sem, vole, já tam projdu a sekám každého, kdo se mi postaví.
I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed.
Ty vole, tak...
For my career.
Moment.
But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me.
Prostě mi ho dej.
What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town.
Západní branou.
It wouldn't be proper.
Přes můstek.
Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the imperial city. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside.
Tak, žádný otázky další. To stačí. Západní.
I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating.
Pohodě.
I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. Yes, go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the Great Dam, and I never said that.
Dobrý, klíč k rozvalinám. Tak, já si jdu přečíst ještě tady seznam štízností, bla, 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 klobouk, místní pes se vyprázdnil na ministrovu botu. Co to? Cestující obchodník ho obdaroval želvými vejci, bylo mu navrženo, aby tak zamýšlel na slušnosti. Tyva, tady je takovejch, cože? Toto je seznam urážek, jež utrpěl ministr Sheng. Jeho klobouk byl pošpiněn, židle u jeho stolu byla obrácená, neznámý útočník po něm mrstil vejcem, bylo mu navrženo, aby na sebe provedl akty zamýšlené neslušnosti, utrpěl ochromující útok hejna včel, bylo pochybováno o cti. Ty vole, ty seš normálně pako! Co jsi zač? Obchodník. A já s tebou nepotřebuji mluvit, já se potřebuji dostat do toho západního. Jo, počkat. Západní. A pak tam ten... Co je, vole? Co potřebuješ?
Oknikofia apania sasa tatasi noni nano yokyo sonsi ya wo yowea. Oknikofia apania sasa tatasi noni nano yokyo sonsi ya wo yowea. Ni wupa ya kupu sa ya ewath kraka ya nano uksaro isowak nikano wo napiat sha. Ni wo sosawa ya wak tasi noni nano yopa na.
Niwupa ia kupusa ia elwath kraka ia nano uksaro oknikofia apania sasa tatasi noni nano yokyowia sonsi ia wo yowia. Wonoa ia sususatia sonsifonia sonsi ifog. Oifo ia uksonkop noko isansia. Oknikofia apania sasa tatasi noni nano yokyowia sonsi ia wo yowia. Kutkosi wiwa ia wo nova ia ifo wia okta wikin. Utatsa ia okayowe ia fonia sisa ia trusta pafawe aworth utko.
Jdi do prdele, vole, pošuku. Počká, to zas není, ne, to není tudy. Takže by to mohlo být tudy. Ne, to je úplně ven, vole.
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tien's Landing, and I've never seen you before. I would remember you.
Mhm.
You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me.
Ale já jdu zachránit město.
Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can.
A já jdu zachránit město.
You don't know? The great dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing.
No.
The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry.
Tak v tom případě...
And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery.
Tak v tom případě na tu nabídku toho pošuka, vole, obchodníka s jinem seru, vole.
Take care of yourself, stranger, and be glad that you do not live in Tien's Landing.
Dobrá, ale já nevím, kam mám jít. Počkat, to znamená tudy. Tudy. Ne, západ, ty vole. Čumin. No, tak jdem čuminovat. No, budu čuminovat já, ty vole, tady, protože vůbec nevím, kam mám jít, vole. Ty vedí mi řekl západní, ty vole, tak kurva. Já to mrdám, vole. Tady, ty vole, s čuminem si bavit nebudu. Tady to je zase jenom rybář. No, to říkám. Ty vole, západní. Lávka nějaká. Lišun. Počkej, kde by to mohlo být, ty vole, se potřebuji dostat. Ne, ale tady jdu zase zpátky. Kurva. Tady jdu zase zpátky. Do toho.
Well, this has already become an educational trip. From what you discussed with Hui, it would seem we are indeed tied to important events.
Ale já jsem chtěl...
I have concerns as well. Hui convinced me that your master is the glorious strategist. Tell me, Dawnstar, what are your earliest memories with him?
You would be better served by asking his favorite student. He was at the school 3 years before I was.
We'll focus on you quite a bit by the time we are done, given the spirit monk connection. But I asked Dawnstar what she remembers.
The only thing I know about my life before coming to the school is that I was not wanted, probably because of the bad omens I was born under.
Bad omens? What makes you think that? You said you don't know anything.
I know because of my name. It's one of the few details Master Li was told. I was named for a red glow opposite the morning sun, like a distant fire. Yes, I guess so. I wasn't there, of course. No one but you survived. I guess someone saw it, but I don't know where Dirge is or how far the fire was visible. It fits the time, but that just confirms my thoughts about being born under a bad omen. What could be worse than this attack on Dirge and the water dragon?
If that is the most troubling thing you learn about your birth, consider yourself lucky.
No, super, ale... Do prčic, ty vole, kudy tam mám, vole, vlítnout do prdele? Já vůbec nevím. Já to budu muset uložit a nechat to asi na příště, protože on mi řekl západní cestou. Já jsem myslel, že západní k přehradě. Kdyby to bylo... To je blbost. Jdeme zpátky. Nejspíš to asi uložím. A do prčic. Nejspíš to asi uložím. A zkusím najít tu cestu. Tohle nebude ta lávka. Tak, západní. Tyva, tady počkat mapu. Co tady? Tady můžu jít do čajovny, nechci. Tak, ale kudy... Ale zkusíme to tady ještě projít. Počkat, západ. Další penízky, super. Mi budou úplně k hovnu, jestliže je nebudu utrácet. Jako obvykle. Počkat, co tady? Umývač nádobí, kuchař. To je mi úplně k ničemu tady, ty vole. Tak. Tady jsem byl taky, ale počkat, západní, tak počkat, to by mohlo být. Ty kráso, tak tohle bude průšvih, vole. Moment. Ne. I když... Tady jsem byl taky, ty vole, už. To prdele, vole. Tak já, vole, nevím, kurva, kam mám jít. No, podíváme se. Tady taky běhá. Za mnou, vole, všude. No, to je jedno. Tak. Ale chlapečku, tak si pokecáme ještě. Dobrý, tak si s chlapečkem nepokecáme. Ty vole, ale do prd... Jo, tady je to to skladiště. Tak, tady si myslím, že toho taky moc nebude. Tu bránu, ale... Tady mám otevřenou bránu. Ale teď jdu zase na druhou stranu. Respektive na druhou stranu. Respektive on mi řekl na západ a podle té mapy, jestli je teda ta mapa správná, nebo správná, jestli je ta mapa rozdělená tak, jak, nebo postavená tak, jak jsou mapy, tak úplně nevím. Aha, nikdy se neotevře, vole. Počkat, což je, ale... Ty vyděláš si prdel. Deník, dohazovač, blablabla. Počkat, všechny aktivní úkoly. Promluv si s hují. Velká hráz. Zavři nebo poškoď. Filtr. Ty vole, já ale nevím, kurva, kam mám jít do prdele. Nebo spíš učenec, jo, to je ten pošuk, který, vole, nebo na kterýho nemám ale do prdele. A není to přes tu? Ty vole, možná, že fakt budu muset do té hráze, ty vole. Ne do hráze, do toho, zpátky. že budu muset... Dobře, tady. Nevím, to není ono, ale prostě tam akorát by mi to otevřelo cestu, ale je možný, že fakt musím úplně zpátky. No nic, ale já to jdu ukončit. A kašlu na to, protože vůbec nevím, kudy mám jít. Počkat, tady bych se mohl zeptat toho pošuka. Kde? Jo, počkat, tady ne, bych mohl nahoru vlastně.
Lord Yun has put out a call for aid. Will none of you answer?
Tak třeba se mi to tady automaticky uloží. A pokud ne, do prčic, tak to uložím já. Takže uložit. A třeba tady. A příště se teda podíváme, co je v tom lese. Díky moc za všechno, mějte se. A mimochodem, omlouvám se za tuhle epizodu, že to bylo jenom prostě o rozhovorech a žádná akce, ale prostě tahle hra asi bude i o tom, nebo spíš o tom. Takže uvidíme, co zase přijde příště. Díky moc za všechno, mějte se a u příští epizody Servus. A nezapomeň, jsi můj nejlepší fanoušek.